When selecting the area for vegetable production, consider the important factors. Ensure available and nearby source of water. Check the soil quality like texture. Is it clayey, loamy, or sandy? Which will help you decide the management interventions later on. Good light exposure aids in optimum photosynthesis essential for the plant's growth and also minimizes presence of insect pests and diseases. Consider the site history on presence of insect pests and diseases to know the suitable crop to grow. Clear the area of weeds or crop residues before cultivating the soil. You can collect the plant debris and use it in composting. Do initial visual assessment of the soil, checking the color and texture. If available, it is good to collect soil sample and send for soil testing to check the nutrient status and pH of the soil. Use a hoe to cultivate the soil. If available, you can use the animal drawn plow or small cultivating machine to prepare the soil. Break the big soil aggregates to ease the raising of the beds later on. Once the area is well cultivated, start to lay out and preparing the planting bed. It is ready to lay out the area after the soil is well cultivated. You will need materials like pegs from bamboo or tree branches, measuring tape, and the strings to make the gate. Start from one side of the area to measure the bed and furrow. The furrow serves as the walking pathway when tending the crops and doing activities like trellising, pruning, fertilization, and even irrigation. Measure a 1 meter bed and 0.5 meter furrow in between beds. Use sticks and strings to guide you in raising the beds. For crops that need crawling space, like watermelon and pumpkin, add 2 to 3 meters in between the paired beds. After each pair of beds, add 0.5 meter furrow. Consider the sun direction or the land slope for the layout of the beds. If the area is plain and the crops selected grow higher than 1 meter, like tomatoes or cucumber, in vertical trellis, make the bed parallel to the direction of the sun from east to west. This ensures even distribution of light and avoids one bed from shading the next bed, especially during the start and end of the day. When the area is sloping, lay out the beds across the slope. This will avoid soil erosion during rainy season. When furrow irrigation is practiced, even flow of water is distributed to each crop. Unlike when the beds are parallel to the slope, where the water flows fast to the slowest part and may cause flooding, and the upper part doesn't receive enough water. Using a hoe or a shovel, take the soil from the furrow and transfer in the bed to rise in a desired height of 20 centimeters. During the rainy season, it is recommended to raise the bed from 30 to 50 centimeters high. Depending on the type of soil, clay soil requires higher raised beds because water percolates slower than in loamy or sandy soil. After raising the bed, establish a good drainage around the area to avoid waterlogging during rainy season. Ensure good planning on the time to finish the raised beds and when the seedlings are ready to avoid delays that may lead to over-matured seedlings to transplant. Soil nutrients essential for plant growth are depleted through time, especially when the area is continuously used to grow crops. One way to replenish the nutrients is through application of fertilizers, which can come from organic or inorganic form. Adding organic fertilizer in the soil like well-decomposed animal manure, compost from plant residues, or vermicast helps to improve the soil health, such as availability of nutrients, porosity, and its water holding capacity. It is possible to mix the organic fertilizer during final harrowing of the whole area, especially when soil preparation is done with an animal-drawn plow or machine. Another way is to incorporate the organic fertilizer when the raised beds are finished. In every 2-meter length of the bed, add 3 kilograms of organic fertilizer and thoroughly incorporate the soil using rakes or hoe. You can adjust the amount based on the availability in the area. One option is to make a trench where the planting row will be placed and add the organic fertilizer. Another method is adding the well-decomposed organic fertilizer on plant hole. Cover with the soil and level the top of the bed. Avoid using fresh manures since it will release too much ammonia, causing burning and toxicity. Inorganic fertilizers like urea and DAP supply higher amount of nutrients and are faster released than the organic fertilizers. It is the easiest way to provide the nutrients required by the plants, although it entails higher costs when quantities are overestimated. The soil test result, if available, helps to calculate the right amount of fertilizers needed for a specific size of the area and crop. Adding the fertilizers just before transplanting will ensure supply of nutrients in the earlier vegetative stage, like nitrogen and phosphorus, which may come from urea, DAP, or complete fertilizer. Depending on the crop to plant, available fertilizer to use, and the soil nutrient condition, you can broadcast from 40 to 100 grams in organic fertilizer in every 2 meters of the bed. Do not over-apply, since this leads to losses like leaching, which will cost you money and will pollute the environment. Rake the bed to incorporate both the organic and inorganic fertilizers into the soil and to evenly spread it.